What is up, everybody? Skratch coming up with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Welcome to the channel, everyone. We are currently on the test server. We're gonna have a look at one of the newly added Void Legendary Champions. I mean, it will be added to the game probably with the patch, and that will be most probably tomorrow if I'm not mistaken. We're talking about Taras, guys. Probably the strongest HP Nuker in the game. He has a very interesting kit. Very powerful all around, like love the passives and everything on the champion, but we're gonna get to that in just a second. Before, if you guys enjoyed the music you hear in the video, I just want to let you know I partnered up with Soundstripe. They have an amazing music library, so if you're a content creator, you want to keep your content safe, either if it's on YouTube or streams, definitely head over and check them out. The link will be in the description down below. They have tons of sound effects, movie effects, tons of songs to choose from, so feel free to give them a go if you are interested. Plus, I can save you 15% on checkout by using code SKRATCH. Now, talking about Taras, guys, he is one of the newly added Void Legendary Champions. He is in a couple with Marichka, or how I like to call her, Marichika. That's how we call it back home. Basically, they are kind of like representing some of the Ukrainian tradition. And they do have a bit of a lore right here, like what exactly they kind of like intended to do with the champion, what exactly it means, and how they actually inspired everything on the champion. Feel free to click on the pause and read everything that you see right here on the lore, guys. He is a pretty interesting champion. Design-wise, he looks pretty nice. A Banner Lord. HP base, how I mentioned, one of the strongest HP nukers, if not the strongest. We're gonna check that in a bit as well. We're gonna see what he's made of. I have him dressed in Savage and crit damage, and everything is legendary on him. Look at all that yellow. Actually looks amazing to see just legendary gear everywhere. Actually looks pretty damn sick. Now his skills, right? His A1 attacks one enemy 2 times, has a chance to land decrease attack. Each critical hit fills his own turn meter. The A2 attacks one enemy, places a stun debuff for 2 turns, and this is on a 3-turn cooldown fully booked. Deals double damage to enemies whose attack is equal to or higher than this champion's attack. That's actually very nice, because he's an HP based champion. He's not gonna have a very high attack, you know. The A3 attacks all enemies, damage increases by 15 for each buff on allies. The more buffs on your allies, the more damage you're gonna do. Then increases the duration of all ally buffs by 1 turn, heals the champion by 5% of for every buff that had its duration increased, and restores the decreased max HP equal to the amount of any surplus heal. This is on a 4-turn cooldown fully booked. Then the passives. When attack decreases the enemy's attack by 10, up to 50%, 25% against bosses. Occurs once per skill, attack reduction resets after each round. This can be pretty nice as a damage reduction to cripple your nukers in arena, so cripple the enemy's nukers in arena basically. It can have some very nice potential. Very curious to see how it's gonna work in Ghost Second teams. Then places a fear debuff on all enemies from the Orcs, Ogrine tribes, Undead, Demon Spawns factions at the beginning of each round. This debuff cannot be resisted. So it's actually pretty damn nasty to be able to fear all of them. It's not through fear or anything like that, but still enough to mess them up, considering that you don't need accuracy on this skill. The other passive, all incoming damage from skills is reduced by 50%. Now, I would assume this is only for this champion, not for the entire team. Not the same situation like Harima. I might be wrong, honestly. I might be wrong. We're gonna find out once it's in-game and the data miners will be able to extract the code and see what exactly is in his description. When attacked, this champion's max HP will be decreased by 25% of the attack's initial damage before the damage reduction. So that can be pretty nice. Now on Go Second teams will be like, okay, but you don't want him to get damage because his max HP is gonna get decreased a bit, so he's not really gonna do as much damage when you're attacking. That's fine, because it does have the other thing that kind of like brings it back, you know. So it kind of like goes back and forward. I still think it's gonna be great for Go Second too, second teams as well, and increase the aura increases crit rate in all battles by 24%. How I mentioned, Savage and crit damage, I focused on crit rate. HP and crit damage. So this is the weapon. This is the helmet. This is the shield. We have a bit of accuracy here and there. Crit damage gloves. HP chest piece. I do have attack percentage on it. Unfortunately, I wish I wouldn't have attack percentage anywhere. These are the boots. We have a HP ring, of course. Crit damage amulet, no attack percentage on it. Here, no attack percentage on the ring, no flat attack on the amulet, sorry. And I have HP banner. I do have attack percentage here. Now, the main idea is you wanna avoid having attack because a Duchess has pretty base low attack too. So you wanna make sure you have lower attack than that Duchess, so you're gonna get to deal more damage on her when you're attacking her, or any other support champion out there. Like as an idea, Siphi, right? She has more attack already, so it's easier for us to keep our attack lower. Raiho, she has more attack as well. All these support champions or defense-based champions, most of them they have higher attack, so that will allow us to deal more damage. You see, Duchess, she's pretty close to him, so the lower the attack on Taras, the better for his damage. Total stats: 96,000 HP, 1.4k attack, 3.2k defense, 194 speed, 102 crit rate, 272 crit damage, and masteries we have offense and defense 3. Tier 6 we have Helm Smasher, typical for nukers. I'm still going with Bring It Down because I don't have over 100k HP. Most of the support champions, they have around 100k plus HP in arena, at least in the current meta, for the end game arena. So I still want to get the same masteries. If no, you can consider and getting Cycle of Violence, you know. But I'm pretty sure no nukers will survive anyway, so I want to kind of like make sure I'm dealing more damage on the champions that matter, the tanks, you know. So that's what we have on the champion, fully booked. First, we're going to check his damage on dungeons, on Dragon 23, where we are always testing damage for champions, guys, and that will give us an idea of how he can actually compare with other champions. I will use him as lead because I don't want to give him the aura from Venus. I never really do that unless the aura doesn't affect the champion. Seems like we're gonna go in like this because if not, it's gonna take me forever to find what I'm looking for. My Venus seems to be in the vault as well. Great. Let's waste some more time in here, Skratch, because why not? Let's waste some more time. Where is she? There you are. So let's see the damage, guys. Can we one-shot the waste? One thing that I haven't done, and I'm gonna do after, is to bring in buffs. You see, we landed the fear on the enemies. So right now I have no buffs on my team, okay? This is not really gonna benefit from it. But then I'm gonna bring a Siphi to give me some buffs and compare the damage. Let's see the animations as well. So this is the A3. Oh, nice. So he summons like a meteor. The damage is not that crazy, just looking at it with the hit without having the buffs on, right? We kind of like knocked 50% of the HP on the enemies. Okay, seems like they're going for my Venus. We can check the A2 now and kind of like get full damage in, and we're gonna see the animation too. Let's actually hit that Renegade. 240. That's very nice damage actually. 242 is very solid as a single target hit. I like seeing that. Okay. I assume that she had probably higher attack than me. So now we're gonna use the A1. Let's use it on this Faceless. Pretty nice. Not insane damage with the A1, but the animations look cool on the champion. So what I do want to check now is if I'm bringing Siphi and I'm getting buffs on, right? We want to see how are we gonna play around with a lot of buffs on the team, or Siphi or Mitrala or whatever champions you guys want, because nobody really benefits him. Like we don't have increased HP damage or anything like that, you know. So we should be able to just get free buffs from here. The more the better, of course. But I'm curious what sort of difference we're gonna have in the damage now. So we landed defense down and weaken. Nobody got resisted. We have 3 buffs on each one of the champions. I'm not sure how exactly it gets calculated in the coding. Like if I have 20 buffs on all my team, he's gonna get 15% multiplied with the 20, or how exactly is. This is another thing that we're gonna find out once the data miners will be able to extract his coding. Whoa! That damage is sick. We actually one-shot most of them in there. Damn. On the Renegade, we actually haven't procced... Ham Smasher, most probably. That's why she has so much HP. But damn. That is a solid difference in damage with the buffs, man. Absolutely very, very nice. And seeing this damage, this is definitely hitting harder than a Magnar. One thing to keep in mind. This is more damage than a Magnar would do. And that's just because I remember what sort of damage he was roughly doing too. Wow, that's actually very, very nice to see it happening like that. Very solid. When you are getting at the bosses, so you're gonna decrease the attack on bosses, which can be pretty huge, right? Let's see the damage on that Faceless. He definitely has more attack than we do. 351k, guys. This is 100% the best HP Nuker we have in the game. We finally got the legendary Nuker that we've been asking for. Because we want to have an HP one. We want to have more HP champions because it's easier to keep them alive, at least in the current meta. It's nice to see it, you know. Let's see what we can do in Arena now. So we have Tasty HH here. I don't think he has Stone Skin, if I'm not mistaken. But let's give it a go and see what exactly is going to happen here. We're gonna try to log their passives too, if we can. If we can, hopefully. So let's do that first. You see, barely any damage. And whenever Cupidus attacks me, we are decreasing his attack. And it goes up to 50%. So if Cupidus has 6k attack, we're gonna decrease it to 3k. The damage difference could be massive after if we're getting attacked a lot by an enemy, you know? It's actually pretty nuts. So we log the passives on all of them. Right now, I want to do this. So I have tons of buffs on all my team, right? I have no defense down on the enemy either, so let's see. Boom! More to Macab. Nacret went down. Cupidus survived, which is fine. I would assume he survived because of everything else that kept him alive, you know? That is actually pretty damn nuts. Let's actually use the A2 on Cupidus here. If there's anything left out of him, you know? 342k. Very nice damage, man. Like, I'm actually very impressed with his damage. And damn, seems like Plarium went all in and gave us 2 insane nukers this time around in the game. Which is definitely pretty nuts, eh? Pretty nuts to see it. Because usually they're not really doing this for us, you know? They're not bringing too many good champions at the same time. I'm not very impressed with one of the Void Legendaries, the Dark Elf one, but I'm impressed with the rest. So right now, I might risk it and hit reaction on that Duchess, but we're gonna go with a A2 in. 84k. Okay, pretty good damage. No defense down. We managed to one-shot her anyway. So that was good. It didn't seem like she had more HP, unless the tax was a bit wrong with the HP in there. We can smack that Mortu now all day long if we want, because nothing is gonna happen. All their passives are dead meat. And now we can go in with this skill. Game over, guys. Very, very nice damage from this champion. I'm actually very impressed with him. I really like him. Let's go against this team again. The more buffs, the better. The more buffs, the better. Okay, so we'll end the fear on 2 champions. Nice. And again, we got the increased attack from Duchess. I should bring Sifi in, really, though. But it's fine. He's gonna have more attack. The rest, they won't really matter that much, because we're gonna attack them with other skills, you know? It's good that I realized before the video ended, like, what I'm doing, you know? Bang! Get wrecked. And right now, Cupidus is just getting his attack decreased, like how you've seen it on the screen. He's constantly gonna get his attack decreased, and that is actually very, very nice. Even if he's keep counter-attacking us, it doesn't really matter, because he's barely doing any damage, and he will barely be doing any damage from here on. Attack decreased again. 154k, even though he had decreased attack, we still managed to crack on it. So yeah, that Cupidus poses a 0 threat right now. So learn from my mistake. You do not want to have increased attack. We're actually going to do another fight, just one more, and I'm not going to bring Duchess, I'm going to bring Sifi, and I'm not going to bring in Mitrala because I want to avoid having increased attack at all cost, you know. Let's do another fight, and we're going to go against Farbstoff. He doesn't have any polymorph as a blessing in here, and we're going to go like this. Hopefully we're going to get him down. Let's see. So log them a bit. We lost my Warlord. I'm actually not gonna buff just yet. I'm gonna let Mitrala to take her turn. I'm gonna revive first. Gonna buff a bit, get the shield on. I'm gonna use the A3 now. So I should attack. I should be attacking that Duchess now. Let's see if we get her down. We hit reaction, unfortunately, 33k. Still decent amount of damage. Okay. But I'm gonna use the AoE now. So we have quite a few buffs on the team, including with the shield and stuff. Warlord has 5, the rest they have 4, 3. We should be able to drop a solid amount of damage right now. Let me make sure he doesn't have a swift parry, and can we one-shot him or no? Oh yes, oh yes. They went down. They went down. So he's actually a very solid HP-based nuker, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you like the champion? Do you want to pull the champion? What do you think about him just generally, design-wise, skill-wise? I feel like his passives can be very, very powerful. On dungeons, I feel like they're just going to slow you down, you know? Like, if you're progressing and you're getting him early on, he can be nice. You might want to give him some accuracy if you are kind of like building him for that sort of progression. He can be nice for some Doom Tower bosses and stuff. But mainly as a nuker, he's top notch. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Appreciate all of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.